global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happiness Today YouTube channel. Finally, Peter Obi, the Labour Party presidential aspirant, have decided to react to a lot of things, accusations, allegations against him. One of which was that the opposition have been sending their media presence against him, talking about him stealing, siphoning public funds during his reign as the Anambra State governor. And even the fact that there may be more agenda against him in future. He had said to give full details on that. And of course, it looks like despite all that is coming against Peter Obi, the diasporas have decided to shock him with this move. You're going to find that out in a moment, all of this rammed into one. But before we do that, kindly subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you'll see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as you update our channel on YouTube. Let's start with all the allegations leveled against Peter Obi and what he said concerning himself and his entire household. While the 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party has denied every allegation that he might have embezzled public funds during his tenure as the governor of Anambra State. Speaking at the Beverly Hills Diaspora hangout in California, United States of America, as at yesterday, some few hours ago actually, the former governor of Anambra State said it has always been difficult for people to believe the truth in Nigeria because lying has become the order of the day. Obi asked that God's wrath should visit him and his members and the members of his family if he has ever stolen public funds while in office. Also speaking on effort put in by his supporters and Labour Party to ensure that the 2023 presidential election is a success for him, Obi said the labor of the people shall not be in vain. He also noted that he constantly prays to God to help him succeed as a president should he ever win the 2023 presidential election. These are his words. Let me quote him. One of the problems we face in Nigeria is that I have worked in the office and you can hardly find someone who will tell you the truth. I assure you that what we are doing will never be in vain, and I remain prayerful. People who have come to pick me up at the airport will ask, why are you always praying? And I say, listen, I always ask God, do not allow me, if I have the opportunity, to fail the people. And if I have taken public money that I'm not entitled to, God should punish me and my children, not because of anything, but because God gave me enough. Oh my God, this is so beautiful. All right, but let's find out. But let's quickly add this. A top former Northern governor tells Peter Obi best way to return to PDP. He said the Senator Ahmed McCarthy had alleged that the youth in Nigeria are using Peter Obi of the Labour Party out of frustration. McCarthy called on Obi and his colleague with the new Nigerian People's Party, Rabi Kwangwaso, to return to the People's Democratic Party. According to the former governor of Kaduna State, other opposition parties need to work together to defeat the ruling All Progressive Congress APC. He now said that he now went further to say quite a lot. But let's find out really what the diasporans have in stock for Peter Obi. Quite an interesting one. Labour Party candidate pledges to cut cost of governance, commitments to transparency and accountability, while in a bid to bolster his chances in the 2023 presidential election, which holds in 178 days from now. Nigerians in the diaspora have formed groups of committees to launch crowdfunding initiatives for the presidential candidates of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi. They plan to unveil in coming days a crowdfunding portal with a target to raise about $150 million from Obi supporters in the diaspora and 100 billion naira from those in Nigeria. Wow, this is interesting. A dependable source close to one of the Obi supporters leading the process said yesterday they are targeting small amounts in contributions to be gathered from supporters, largely from the grassroots, to help the LP set up more structures across the country and make the former Anambra State governor a formidable contender In the presidential race, the initiative is being driven by young, enthusiastic Nigerians in the tech sector who are making waves and yearning for a new leadership at the helms of affairs in the country, some of whom have only recently come of voting age. They're organizing themselves into small committees and groups to contribute small amounts in a major effort to help Obi's campaign establish structure and presence around the country. Interestingly, while some of their parents are either supporters of PDP or APC, they are rooting for Peter Obi, a source involved in the discussion disclosed. The campaign for the presidential election, which holds February 25th, 2023, will officially commence on September 28, 2022. Unlike 2019, when the race was essentially between All Progressive Congress (APC) and the People Democratic Party (PDP), LP has become a major factor in the coming presidential poll. Obi, who was in California as at yesterday, is currently on foreign tour to meet his supporters in Canada, Germany, London, Rome, and the United States, where it is expected he would raise a substantial amount of the funds needed for the election. With that amount of cash, he would be able to build structures for Labour Party across the country and become a formidable opponent in the 2023 election, and a threat to those other candidates as well, this has said. Crowdfunding is a financial method that raises funds and money by soliciting small individual investments or contributions from a large number of persons. Political crowdfunding is widely considered an acceptable medium for raising funding from grassroots supporters. Crowdfunding, particularly online, speaks to much wider groups than the party usually support base, while minimizing time and effort for both the party and donors. It also has the potential of enhancing a sense of community between the party and its base. People without large amounts of wealth are suddenly asked to support political parties financially, but with the advent of crowdfunding, this has changed, and supporters with relatively low financial strength are now seen as huge source for most political parties. Of course, this has been a lot. The Labour Party presidential candidate also yesterday said Nigerians in the diaspora could be effectively mobilized as true assets for the rapid development of the country, adding that the Nigerian diaspora can play a major role in helping the country transform its educational sector. Over a series of tweets from California, United States, where he attended a forum with the team, the role of the Nigerian diaspora in civic leadership in Nigeria, noted that the diaspora community could help Nigeria set up and administer endowment funds in the Nigerian university. He said endowment could also be used to provide support for students to go on exchange programs that add value to their skills and motivation, as well as support faculty's research, as well as research and development in general. Recently, Dr. Philip Ozua took a catalytic lead by donating $1 million to University of Ibadan. He added, Obi wrote, Nigerian diaspora remittance now augment and support education, promote entrepreneurship, and stimulate businesses and investment in healthcare. In addition to foreign remittance, Nigerians in diaspora constitute the first line of representation and the first line of defense. They have been flying the national flag high in contributing their quota towards the development of the country across various sectors. Diaspora remittance now outstrip foreign direct investment for most low and medium income countries, Nigeria included. Wow, this is quite interesting. All right, we've heard what Peter Obi said, and this is good enough. Let's put in the comment section. You now see that he has debunked that whole issue of allegation that he stole or he did a lot of things in public funds. He's as real as can be. God bless his heart. Let's go wrap it up. Let's put in that comment section.